Hello, everybody. Rob Cootie here, the MLM Solution. Happy Thursday. Excuse me, the 29th. 29th of April. We're literally at the doorstep of May and the Derby, the Kentucky Derby. All right, with that being said, as you know, we go live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join us as we stream live to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can see those links in the description box below, so that you can go ahead and join us. That being said, guys, we want to make sure that you understand that we are bringing a wonderful show with you today, or to you today, podcast number 173, Follow the Leader. And it's not what you think it is. We're talking about the system. If you don't know what a good system is, if you don't know how to identify a good system, because it's imperative to your success, guess what? You want to use and follow that system, right? So we're going to talk about that in a little bit more as we take a deep dive into this important subject. With that being said, once again, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go live. We got to hurry up so that we can make that cutoff. If you will, utilize hashtag TheMLM Solution, hashtag TheMLM Solution. Share that with our fellow network marketers as you travel the internet so they too can get access to this wonderful information. And that way they can utilize it to use this great business model to change their lives as well. And visit our website, TheMLMSolution.net. As you know, it's been revised. It has been blowing up. We thank all of you guys so much for that activity. All right, I'm going to hop over here so that we can go live here very shortly. See you.
Welcome to the MLM Solution Podcast Show, where you'll learn the facts and hear the truth about the network marketing industry. Here's your host, Rob Cootie.
Hello, Miss Marie. How are you today?
Good morning, Rob. I have to admit I'm dragging just a little bit, but I'm sure we'll get into it here, and that'll get... Uh-oh. What was that?
Sorry about that. No, boo-boo. That was the producer's fault.
All right, that woke me up. I'm good now. Let's go.
Okay, well, with that being said,
you did that on purpose.
Wow, that was, I actually hit the button when I wasn't supposed to. I was moving around, and bam, there we were. All right, so is that being said, you may hear my little Shih Tzu in the background. She snores like a human. And boy, she is on a roll today. Every once in a while, I have to reach over and wake her up.
Must be a good day for naps.
It's not me. If you can hear it in the background, especially if you have headphones on, it's not me. I am actually talking. So with that being said, Miss Marie, we have an interesting subject. We've been on a roll this week, or last 2 weeks. We've had a lot of great subjects. Today is no different. Follow the leader. And that just means, guys, follow a system that's working. I mean, that's essentially what we're saying here in a roundabout way, okay? But I guess you could say you could follow a human leader. I have a hard time doing that, Miss Marie. I've done it, obviously. But, once you understand how the business works, it's hard to follow another human being because you know inherently that you are going to be working with someone that chances are they don't have the level of knowledge that you do. And it's not to be an elitist. It's that, hey, you know what? My future's at stake here. And I don't have time to feel fart around. I got to get my butt in gear, and I'm not going to argue with you over what needs to be done and what not. And so to put you on the spot, Miss Marie, if you were to join a network marketing company today, unless it was me or someone else that you know understands how this business model works, chances are great that you're going to do your thing and not somebody else's. Would you agree?
That's probably true. And here's one of the struggles when it comes to following a person. rather than a system is oftentimes you get people coming into a network marketing organization, and whether it's the person who actually sponsored you or the leader of the organization, oftentimes it's somebody with a great deal of charisma. You see them up on stage, you see them speaking, you see them interacting with the company executives and doing things far beyond what you can oftentimes picture yourself doing. Yeah. Because the average person doesn't see themselves being that charismatic, being able to speak at that level.
That's right.
Being able to do those same type of things. Now, it may be something they aspire to, but the fact is most people coming into a network marketing opportunity don't have those skill sets yet. So it's difficult to kind of follow in the footsteps of that person because you see the level of success they're having. And if it's attributable to their personal characteristics, their charisma, whatever that is, that's almost impossible to duplicate, either for yourself or the organization you're trying to build.
That's right. And Ms. Marie, we have talked about, remember where we said, if I was to join a company, I would hunt down the top earner, and chances are to be somebody that I know. And I'd say, because I gave myself as an example, with Randy Schroeder, Randy Gage, et cetera. And I said, hey, I wanted you to sponsor me. And then you remember I talked about how I would leverage their reputation, their success and stuff. And that is the case here. You say, well, why would you do that? Because here's the thing. That is part of the synergy that I talk about. They say, wow, Rob and Marie are personally sponsored by Jerry Campese. Man, Jerry's a top earner in the company. They're just one step away. I'd be stupid not to join their organization because they're right at his doorstep. You see what I'm saying, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that you say, okay, well, then that means that I'm having a situation where I'm getting information, in other words, a system and other information directly from the horse's mouth. Jerry Campese knows the owners of the company personally, right? So you have a situation where that synergy, that word of mouth is spreading throughout your organization, and you'll have people joining your business, guys, that otherwise may not. They may have been on the fence joining your business because, quote unquote, Jerry Campese is our personal sponsor. And that's the value of having someone. That's the reason why, what I told you guys in earlier episodes, I would hunt down the largest leader because why? Because I wanted to leverage their success and their reputation, right, Miss Marie? And that's a prime example of what we're talking about. And you say, well, that doesn't mean that they're successful if they're the top earner. They are. Okay, now here's the other thing. When I called Jerry Campese and I said, Jerry, this is Rob, blah, blah, we catch up. We talk about the opportunity a little bit. And I said, well, Jerry, I'm going to go ahead and join the organization if that's all right. Yes, Rob, that's fine. And I say, well, and this is the kind of conversations we had. And I've said it before. They say, well, Rob, I know that you know what you're doing. If you need help, just let me know, but hey, you sign up. I'll see you when you see it. Okay. Because they knew I knew what I was doing. There was no sense in having a conversation about the system. But here's the thing. Jerry Campese would be the top earner in the company because the system works. You'd be like, well, Rob, why would you do it different? I didn't say I was doing it different. I was saying I was doing my system. Why? Because I have total confidence in what I'm doing. I know what to do, and that confidence comes through, Miss Marie. If I learn some little intricate details that Jerry does different, maybe he does this a little different than I do, whatever, but it's essentially the same thing, just a little bit different. It's like Miss Marie buys a Bentley and it's orange, and I buy a Bentley and it's white. They're both the same car. The only difference is the color. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So Jerry may do something a little bit different than I do, but it's all the same thing. Here's the thing. I need that confidence when I talk to people. I need to be able to look them in the mouth. Those words need to have confidence with them. Those words need to come out of my mouth easily and fluidly. And it instills confidence in my prospects. They say, this guy really knows what he's doing. Guys, it's all about posture. It's all about confidence. And I have to believe in what I'm doing and what I'm saying. If I don't, I'm in trouble. I'm behind the 8 ball. Miss Marie, it's too late in the game for me to learn a new system. So what am I going to do? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's one of those things you've heard of the phrase guilt by association, right? And this is one of those places where it actually has a positive impact because you're associating with somebody who has a name, who has a reputation for success, who has a reputation for building other leaders in the business. That kind of rubs off on you and helps you grow your business as well. And that's a good thing. Now, that doesn't mean you try to go out and be a carbon copy of Jerry Campese. You're still going to be Rob, but you have that kind of glow that surrounds Jerry and other people are attracted to as well.
And you know what, Miss Marie, people say, well, how can Jerry Campese help you? Well, because there's times you got to realize we're dealing with human beings. So if I have a problem, I'd say, Jerry, have you ever run into this before? Yeah, Rob, I have. Those are the kind of conversations we have. You know, the chances are there's not much that I'm going to run into that I'm not familiar with or know how to overcome. But I'm not all knowing. So there is value in having a leader that knows more than me, obviously. And so you have those kind of conversations. Hey, Jerry, you ever run into this? What'd you do here? What should I do? You know, we'll kind of brainstorm and talk about it here and there. But the thing is, here's the thing. I'm not following Jerry Campese. I come in and I use my system to build my business and my organization. And you say, well, okay, Rob, why would I not do the same? Why would you sit there and say you're not going to follow Jerry's system, but you're going to advocate that your downline follow yours? Here's why. Because number one, I've used this system in the past. I've used it successfully. I know exactly how it works. I know what all the little intricate details. I know it's going to produce the results that not only I want, but chances are that you want. Jerry's already done it. If he's the number one earner in the company, here's the thing. If I felt that his system was better than mine, then I would use his exclusively, okay? I'm not above using somebody else's system. But here's the thing. Jerry has that system. He has fine-tuned it over the years. He knows what he's doing as well. There is more than one way to build this business. And I would bet, Miss Marie, that we have more similarities than we do differences when it comes to comparing our our business building tactics and systems. Here's the other thing, guys. My system is based on the fundamental principles of the business building process. We've proven that over and over and over. Why would I vary away from that? I would be silly to get away from the basics, right? The basics are easier for you to master than trying to do something that maybe Jerry's using that's outside of the basics. And you say, well, if the basics work, why didn't everybody use them? I don't have an answer for that, Miss Marie. I wish I could pull something out of my butt here and cover for, Jerry and all the other people that do things differently. I don't know. You and I are not the outliners. We're actually the standard bearers because we're using the basics. And once again, we've proven that they're the basics. We went through it step by step. You got to have leads. You got to have a message. You got to talk to you and work with your leaders. I mean, those are the basics of the business. If you don't do those things, you don't have a business, right, Ms. Marie? I mean, that's just the way it is.
Well, exactly. And the key to focusing on the basics is really, again, wanting to instill that duplication in your organization. You want to be able to take anyone, any type of personality, have them plug the system in and have it work for them. Now, obviously, when we talk about things like the music to the ears message, that's kind of the presentation of the opportunity. Everybody's going to do it a little bit different. Some people are going to catch it and be able to deliver it effectively faster than others. Other people are going to have to work at it for a longer period of time. Now, I would bet most of the successful business builders in the network marketing industry use the same basics, but they're focusing on variations that really emphasize their own personal skills and abilities that they can leverage. So if you have those charismatic people, they're going to leverage that. Most people aren't that incredibly charismatic, right? We're just, average everyday people. So you just want to be able to implement the system. It's not to say that they're necessarily using something drastically different or have some secret sauce or secret formula that nobody else has and nobody else is using. It's all based on the basics. Everybody just puts their own personal flavor to it. And you may find you do the same. As you build your business, you're going to focus on the basics of the system. And there are certain tweaks you're going to make because it just fits your personality, your style better and serves you more effectively.
There you go. Well said. Exactly what needed to be said. So there you go. But the thing is, guys, you want to follow the system that is productive. And here's the thing. If you're new to this industry, if you're a retread and you've not had any success, you would be foolish to try. I'm going to tell you something. For you to develop your own system and refine it and get it to where you own it, it takes a lot of time and effort. I don't know about you guys, but if you're going to join a new company, you don't have the time. Okay, the time's working against you. There's a small window of opportunity there to tap into that company and to make some money, right? And it's not just about you making money. You got to realize that this business, and maybe you do, but let's highlight it again. This business is about helping other people be successful. Okay, you might say, well, I've got it. I got it under control. I know what I'm doing. Guess what? That doesn't mean that your people do. And though, if you have one hiccup in the system, in other words, Jerry Campese has a different message, and maybe it's a little more complex, maybe it's a little bit longer, or maybe it's more product focused than what it should be. Guess what, Miss Marie? Those people are they're going to move along in the first few steps of Jerry's system, and then hit that roadblock. I won't say the roadblock; it's a bump, but it's a big bump. Instead of like ours is a little bump. You know, our message is only like a minute and a half long. It's very easy to learn. If you make a mistake, it'll still be effective. But the bottom line is you don't want to vary too far from it. But if Jerry's was like this, guess what? That road bump is that big instead of that big. Well, that'll slow people down, Miss Marie. That slows that momentum down because you got a group of people that are backing up like a traffic jam. In other words, I don't know that Miss Marie's having trouble mastering Jerry's message like me, because Marie lives in Boston and I live in Wyoming. Okay. But we both have hit this roadblock where we're struggling mastering this message, and we're talking to people, but we're losing people because they walk away confused. Okay. And we might be diamonds in the rough, but instead of having success from the get-go and building on that success and getting bigger and bigger and more confident, what happens is we're like doing this, trying to find our way through. Why are people not joining? I'm using this message, not realizing we're making a mistake. So you can see, Miss Marie, where you vary from the basics, or you get away from a system that is proven to work, and you get one that's got one item that can be a roadblock, it slows down that momentum. And that's the reason why, guys, you want to stick with a system that is proven and is based on the basic fundamental principles and has a message like ours. It's easy to memorize. I would say within a day or two, Miss Marie, you could pretty much have our message down pat. It's not something that's difficult. We have it in the members area. We have audio training. We have it printed out on paper so that you can walk around and you could say it over and over. And I would encourage you to have your phone, put a recorder on it, hit record, and just walk around and say it over and over and listen to yourself, right, Miss Marie? So that you can record yourself like you were sitting across from someone watching your mannerisms. Miss Marie, I used to record myself too. I've never brought that up before because I needed to watch my mannerisms. I needed to watch how I was sitting. I needed to watch how my hands were going. I needed to see if I was fidgeting in my seat or if I was saying, doing, more than I realized. And I wasn't trying to be perfect, but I did not want to have a lot of pauses. I did not want to be, like this. My hands were distracting. People were like, what's he doing? Is he trying to hit a fly or what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? I needed to be able to deliver that message in a way that was effective. Because if I had a lot of hand activity, I could say the message perfectly, Miss Marie, but guess what? Somebody's like, man, this dude's driving me nuts.
Well, as long as you're on the phone, that's not a big deal. But if you're meeting them in person or you're on a Zoom call or something like that, that could be a little distracting.
It could be a little distracting. That's right. So, guys, the bottom line is that if you have a system that's working, there's no sense in trying to go out and find another system. If the system's not working, obviously you need to find another system, okay? But here's the thing. If Miss Marie was to join my organization, and I know she knows what she's doing, we're not going to have that talk, okay? It's silly for me to say, well, Miss Marie, this is the system we use, okay? Well, Rob, that's not how I do it. I don't care, Miss Marie. If you're going to work with me, this is the way it's going to be. She's going to be like, well, screw you. I don't need you. I know how to build this business. Because people that are professional business builders, guys, they don't need somebody else. Okay. They might need a counsel every once in a while, but I promise you, they have a Rolodex big enough that they can call anybody to counsel with. So it doesn't have to be Rob that Marie counsels with, okay? She can contact anybody. And chances are she'll be able to overcome any issue that she has. You might say, well, Rob, how are you going to do regional meetings like you talked about before if Miss Marie's using a different system? That's a great question. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm professional enough to know and flattered that if Miss Marie says, Rob, we would love to have you as the head of this large organization to come out and be our featured speaker in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'd say, okay, not a problem. And yeah, you're going to speak on the first day and the last day. You're going to have 40 minutes each, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? She might say it, but I'll know immediately that I'm not going to talk about her system. You know why? Because we have differences. And I'm not going to undermine what she has built by me trying to be a big shot talking about a system. People out in the audience will be going, what the hell is he talking about? That's not how we build our business. Marie didn't teach us that. Is she teaching us the right things? What am I doing? I'm not hurting Marie. I'm hurting me. Why? Because that's my downline. Okay. And if she's successful and if she's building an organization of 2,500 people and she's not using my system, I'm going to keep my freaking mouth shut. Right, Ms. Marie?
Well, exactly. And in that scenario too, if you're over a large organization and you've been brought in to speak at a regional event, for instance, you're talking on broader topics. There are other people that are going to do the nitty gritty training and talking more about the system and how you should do things.
That's Marie's job, guys, not mine.
Exactly. So you're more of the inspirational, motivational figure in that scenario.
And the number one priority that I have, guys, if I'm doing a regional event for her, is to edify her success, and her system, and shut the crap up and not be a big shot. I am to step off in the background. Even though I'm the featured speaker, my job is to step off in the background and edify her and what she's accomplished and say, you need to follow her. She has accomplished great things. Look at what she's done and talk about the time frame that she accomplished these great feats of success. And then I'm going to promote, guess what? She's got a wonderful system. Without getting into the details, guys, use the system. Don't deviate from it. Make sure that you follow it. Because more times than not, Miss Marie, people are not going to ask me in any way. Of course, I'm not going to allow questions to be asked because that's not why I'm there. That's your event. You do that, the Q&A. But the bottom line is I'm not, even in private, if they follow me off stage, well, do you use the same system? You know what? I'm going to say, you know what? This is not what this is about. This is about her. Okay. And she has a wonderful system. The point is, I would never, ever, in private or otherwise, undermine your success by saying that our systems are different or yours is maybe not as good as mine, whatever. That's not the point. So guys, there's your answer. If I'm going to be a featured speaker at her events, guess what? I am, and she would never, ever, just so I can clarify this, she would never call me and say, Rob, would you come and do an event, let's say a regional, not a big one, say in front of 30 people and do a opportunity presentation. She would be foolish to do that. And I want to clarify that. Why? Because her system's different. She would never ask me to do that. She's putting her own success in jeopardy by doing that. She's the big shot. Her downline need to bring those 30 people in and edify her as she gets up there and shows people how to make money. And Miss Marie, you're not doing your system when you're doing a presentation, because you know when you go up there, it's all about dream building. You know, because guys, this is part of the system. When you're building a large organization, it's not about step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, although it could be to some extent. What she does, she sells the dream. We have a system, and here's how you produce volume. And this is what you do to produce that volume. And when you produce that volume, this allows you to do the following. And at the end, here's the rainbow, and here's the pot of gold. This is where you start, where you are today, and this is how you get to the rainbow. And we have that system, and it's very simple. And to get you to that rainbow. That's her job, is to sell the dream, the end of the rainbow, whether it's a new car, a new home, pay off the debt. All the people out in the audience make that up in their head. What she's doing is showing, hey, we can help you get to that rainbow. We can help you get to that pot of gold. That's what she's doing. She's not saying, well, in step 1, we do this. And then step 2, we do that. Right away, people are confused, and guess what they're doing? Now, I ain't got time for this. I'm already going to school. I'm a single parent. I don't have time for this. You've blown them out of the water, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's amazing how effective that is.
Oh, yeah, just look at Amway. To this day, the greatest company of all time, the greatest company to ever sell a dream. That's all they do. They sell a dream. They start out their presentation selling a dream, a lifestyle. They don't really talk about the money, to be honest with you, Ms. Marie. They talk about the lifestyle, the freedom, the lifestyle to do what they want, be able to afford to do what they want, where the kids go to school, because they realize that people want essentially the same thing. And they say, let me show you how I got there. And then guess what? They show you how they created the volume. They show that you get paid on the volume. They show you how you can create this large amount of volume. Well, guess what? Threshold of profitability. Oh, all you need is 100 people, 100 PV. You think you could, and you do it in this whole thing here, and you just lay it out there, right?
Exactly.
5 simple steps. That's all you got to take, and you're there So the thing is, guys, you have a system. You follow the system. You don't follow the person. Just like Marie, even though she's successful, she's the head of her organization. She has 2,500 people. Guys, you follow the successful system if it works. If it doesn't work, you look for ours. 5 simple steps. Let's not forget that. If it's not working, and we've talked about that before, go look at our episodes where we talk about the pin rank advancement, a consistent pin rank advancement, consistent volume growth, either on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. How many leaders are in their businesses, right, Miss Marie?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, and that's one of the reasons we exist, right? Because the network marketing framework that a lot of people come into, they are brought in and trained by people who are not really well educated in the business, don't understand how to work the business as a business. Mm-hmm. And they're sent out there armed with a bunch of information about the product and how great that is, and maybe the compensation plan. And they're just told to spew information to everybody within 3 feet of them. And that's right. How you recruit for your business. Right. And that doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Nope.
So we want to have, I'll call it a fallback position for people that perhaps don't have a system that's working, haven't been trained exactly how to build a business using the network marketing model. Mm-hmm. We've got the safety net for you with those 5 simple steps.
That's right. That's well said and well put. I like that. And guys, what we're talking about here, follow the leader. Obviously, it's an oxymoron. That's not exactly what we mean. We're saying follow the leader, which is the system. And we did an episode. The reason I bring that up and highlight it again is because we did a episode where we talked about how to evaluate a system as to whether it's working or not. Okay, whether it's producing consistent results. We tell you that we highlight the important things to look at. Okay, and what questions to ask, don't we, Miss Marie? So all you have to do is go back and put in evaluating a business building system, I believe is the title, or something close to that. It'll bring it up on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. But guys, when you get that episode, watch that in conjunction with this one here, and you'll be able to understand what we're talking about here. It's not about following Miss Marie. You want to develop a professional relationship with Marie, no doubt, okay, because her relationship could be invaluable to you. But as long as her system is working, you want to use that system. If you're a new person or a retread, all right, if you're further along, if you've been fortunate enough out of sheer determination and hard work to build a business, Miss Marie, that they've gone full time in, but they're working 18 hours a day to keep it that way, they need to talk to us. Okay, it's a different animal when you are in that situation, and there's no easy answer in that. But the thing is you can contact us. You can go to our website and hit the link at the top of the page, and be a little specific when you contact us, so that we don't need to know all the details in the beginning. Just say, hey, look, you know what? I've been in this business for the last 3 years. I make X amount per month. I have this many people in my organization, but I am stuck. I'm working 18 hours a day. That gives us enough information to know what we're going to be talking to you about, okay, and what the potential problem is. Because that's a different animal than what we're talking about right here. Really, Miss Marie, we're kind of highlighting the new people, people that are looking at the business to join. They see potential in it. Somebody that just joined and is stuck. In other words, they don't have a sponsor to talk to. They don't even have a system. They were just signed up and they have no clue what to do. We have people that are new that are using the system, and the leader does talk to them, but it's not producing results, and you're following their direction. And I'm going to make that clear. If you're following their directions, getting no real results, then you got a problem. Okay, if you're not following the direction, don't call us because we can't help you. Okay, you're going to be wasting our time because you got to follow the system and do it correctly in order to find out whether it really works or whether you're right for this business. And then the other people, like we said, people that are maybe have a small business and are struggling with it and don't really know what the problem is. I'm working my tail end off and not getting anywhere. Please help. Guess what? It's all, when you get with this, it's all going to be system based, because the only way we can help you is to get you on track with something that will produce the results that you're seeking, which is a proper system based on the fundamental principles of the business building process. Is that clear enough, Miss Marie? Don't you think that is this episode in a nutshell?
Yeah, I think that's a great summarization of what we're talking about here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So with that being said, we got a short one today, Miss Marie. We could have almost finished it in 20-something minutes, but you know what? I had to summarize it, and it took a little bit longer than necessary. But with that being said, guys, as we always tell you, don't hesitate to contact us if you need help. This is our thing right here, TheMLM-solution.net/support. There is a form there. That form can be used for anything. You can say hi. You can say, hey, go jump in a link. You can say, I got a problem. Say, hey, you guys are great. Whatever the thing may be, you can do it there. Additionally, if you will, as you know, we have many products. If you go to our website, you're going to be able to see the podcast replay. Click the link at the top of the page. This is what the page looks like. We have free gifts on that page. Yes, you'll fill out a form, but it is not a sales email system. I do not like those. I did not fill it out. I set it up for one email, and that is to deliver your free gift. And that's it. And I may add some other free other emails with other free gifts in there very shortly. But the bottom line is we are not going to bombard you with sales emails. You either want to buy our stuff or you don't, okay? Because we put out enough value that you know what we're about. But as you can see, you can go there and you can get a free gift and you can watch the podcast replay at the same time. How great is that? And what not to do with network marketing, $197. Yes, we've sold them at that. But for the next 24 hours, a limited time offer, it's only $47 and instant savings, $150 plus. There's a lot of free bonuses in there, great bonuses. 146 paragraphs combined with 146 audio files that are real life examples of the paragraphs that you read. And those audio files help take the insight to a new level about that subject matter. All right, and the mini training videos that go with it. You can't beat that deal. Who does not love to save money? And we do this because we want you to have access to our information so you can see how powerful it is. This information right here will help you become that focused business building machine that we're always promoting and talking about. Guys, if you become that focused business building machine on exactly what to avoid and what to do, you are going to be able to accomplish great things in this business model. And there's our lead site that we have been working on. We are looking for beta testers. We can't use everybody, but you got to get on the list to have a chance. You're going to get a free ebook, I Need Leads Now ebook. And all you have to do is fill out the form to get on the list. Once again, we're not going to send you any sales emails. Right, Miss Marie?
Right.
Okay. And don't forget about our 5 simple steps business building system. We teach the basics. You can see it right there. There they are. The famous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how simple this business can be if you know what you're doing. And there's a special on the website. If you go there, the 5 simple steps is on sale, Miss Marie, limited time offer. And we're going to have a banner for that very shortly. I think, no, that's a quick start program. So I have my wrong glasses on. That's part of the 5 simple steps, by the way. All right, Miss Marie, you got anything to add as we close out?
I do not. I look forward to tomorrow, though, because what day is it? It's Friday.
My gosh, has
Freelance Friday. You never know what's going to happen, what you're going to
We
get,
don't even
what we're
know.
going to talk about.
We have no clue sometimes, I tell you. It's unbelievable. We just show up. We literally do. I know we say it all the time, or I do anyway. We literally show up minutes before the show. We have no clue. We know what the subject matter is, and we go with it. On Freelance Friday, we have no flipping clue. We're like, whatever.
Yeah, why people keep tuning into that one in droves, I don't understand. But
yeah, but I mean, they like it for some reason. All right, Ms.
we have a good time.
All right, yes, we do. We do indeed. All right, guys, see you tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got to get off here. Talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to the MLM Solution Podcast. For more info, visit our website, TheMLM-solution.net. Please follow us on the following platforms: Facebook, YouTube, etc. And share this podcast with our fellow network marketers around the world by hitting the share button on our various platforms.